You've been told to avoid snacks if you have diabetes. But what if the right snack could lower your blood sugar, could fight inflammation, could make your insulin work better, naturally? Here's the truth. The tiniest, crunchiest food in your pantry might be one of the most powerful tools you have. Not pills, not powders, not some miracle cure. Just nuts. Nuts aren't just tasty. They're packed with healthy fats, fiber, antioxidants, and nutrients that your body needs to manage diabetes better. And when you choose the right ones, when in the right amounts, they can help lower blood sugar, improve insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, boost energy, and actually make you feel full, calm, and in control. Today, we're breaking down the 9 best nuts for blood sugar control, one by one. What makes them powerful? How to eat them? When to eat them? And what science really says. Some of these you've definitely heard of. Others might completely surprise you, especially number 7, which can actually lower your nighttime spikes in a way most people never see coming. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you won't just know which nuts to eat. You'll know how to make them a daily part of your blood sugar fighting routine. Let's kick things off with a legend. Almonds. They're not just a healthy snack, they're a blood sugar weapon. Almonds are packed with magnesium, and here's why that matters. Most people with type 2 diabetes are low on magnesium without realizing it. And magnesium is crucial because it helps your insulin work like it's supposed to. When you get enough magnesium, your cells respond better to insulin. Your blood sugar stays steadier. Your body feels more balanced. Almonds also contain healthy fats, protein, and fiber, which do something incredible when you eat them before a high-carb meal. They slow down how quickly sugar hits your bloodstream. It's like adding a traffic light to a sugar highway. One study showed that just 4 weeks of eating almonds led to better fasting glucose and improved insulin levels. But here's something people don't talk about enough. Almonds help you feel in control. They keep you full. They calm cravings. They help quiet that voice in your head that says, just grab something sweet. How to use them? Easy. Grab 5 to 10 raw almonds about 30 minutes before a meal, especially breakfast or lunch. It's a small habit that makes a big difference. And if almonds help you balance your sugar, wait until you see the next nut. It fights something deeper. The inflammation that causes insulin resistance in the first place. If almonds give you control, walnuts help you tackle the root cause that's been silently working against you. Inflammation. Inflammation isn't just about sore joints or feeling tired. It's one of the main reasons your body stops listening to insulin. And when insulin doesn't work, your sugar stays high, and you feel like nothing's working. That's where walnuts come in. These brain-shaped powerhouses are loaded with alpha-linolenic acid ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fat known for reducing inflammation and boosting insulin sensitivity. Your cells can finally hear the insulin knock and respond. And that's not all. Walnuts are stacked with polyphenols, powerful antioxidants that fight oxidative stress. Think of them like shields against the silent damage that messes with your blood sugar behind the scenes. Bonus points? They're heart heroes too. Walnuts help lower bad cholesterol, ease blood pressure, and keep your arteries flexible, critical for anyone managing diabetes. And how much do you need? Just 7 walnuts a day. That's it. Add them to your morning oatmeal, blend them into a smoothie, or eat them solo as a midday reset. This isn't just about nutrition. It's about giving your body what it needs to fight back. Quietly, powerfully, every single day. You don't need perfection, you need support. Walnuts give you both. What if the nut you've been casually snacking on was actually training your insulin to work better? It sounds wild, but it's real, and pistachios are leading the charge. These colorful, crunchy gems aren't just a tasty snack. They're metabolic messengers. Packed with monounsaturated fats, fiber, and plant sterols, pistachios help your body become more insulin sensitive. That means your cells don't just ignore insulin, they respond. They absorb sugar faster and more efficiently. Less sugar in your bloodstream, less stress on your system. And the results? They're real. One study showed that people who ate pistachios daily for 12 weeks saw significant drops in both fasting blood sugar and insulin levels. And here's what makes them even more powerful. You eat them slow, one by one. That natural pacing helps you feel full sooner and avoid mindless snacking. one of the biggest blood sugar traps out there. They also come with antioxidants that help fight inflammation and oxidative stress, giving your cells extra protection over time. How to use them? Go for a small handful of unsalted roasted pistachios. Perfect as a midday snack or a blood sugar-friendly add-on to your meals. Pistachios help your body listen, and when your insulin starts listening too, everything changes. But now, we're entering controversial territory, because the next nut is the one that's been judged, avoided, and misunderstood for years, and it might be exactly what your body's been needing. Cashews. Creamy, crunchy, and misunderstood. They've been labeled the bad nut because of their slightly higher carb content, and people with diabetes are often told to avoid them. Turns out the nut that's been unfairly judged might actually be one of your best allies for blood sugar control. Cashews are packed with magnesium, a mineral most people with type 2 diabetes are low on, and that matters. Magnesium helps improve insulin sensitivity, reduce blood sugar spikes, and support nerve function. They also contain L-arginine, an amino acid that improves blood flow and lowers inflammation, both critical for people managing diabetes. Yes, cashews have more carbs than other nuts, but it's not about avoiding them, it's about portions and pairing. Just 4 to 6 cashews paired with some protein or fiber can be a satisfying snack that keeps you steady and full. It's creamy, crunchy balance, and your body feels it. Plus, cashews are one of the most enjoyable, comforting nuts to eat, and feeling emotionally satisfied around food. That's just as important as the numbers. This isn't a cheat, it's a strategy. A smarter way to eat what you love, and still take care of your blood sugar. You've heard fat is bad for blood sugar. But what if fat, the right kind, is actually the secret weapon your metabolism has been waiting for? Pecans prove it. They don't just sit there in your snack mix. They work behind the scenes to reset your insulin response. These rich, buttery nuts are loaded with monounsaturated fats, especially oleic acid, the same type found in olive oil. And instead of spiking your blood sugar, these fats do something smarter. They help your cells become more responsive to insulin. Translation? Sugar moves out of your blood faster. Your levels stay steady, and your energy doesn't crash an hour later. But pecans aren't just functional. They're comfort food that heals. They slow digestion. They satisfy cravings. They calm the brain. And because they're so indulgent, they help you feel emotionally full, which matters just as much as any number on a glucose monitor. And there's research to back it up. A study in the journal Nutrients found that adding pecans to meals led to lower post-meal blood sugar and reduced insulin levels. Less spikes, less stress, more control. How to use them? Sprinkle a few into your oatmeal. Add them to Greek yogurt. Eat a mindful handful during that 3 p.m. energy dip. They're versatile, satisfying, and designed to work with your body, not against it. Because fat isn't the villain. The right fat is fuel for better balance. Most people scroll past them in the snack aisle, but this overlooked nut might hold the key to better energy and better glucose control. You might not think much of Brazil nuts. They're quiet, understated. But behind that plain shell, a nutrient that could transform 2 of your body's most important systems, your blood sugar and your thyroid. The secret is selenium, a trace mineral most people with diabetes are low on, and most doctors aren't talking about. Selenium plays a huge role in how your cells respond to insulin. Without enough of it, blood sugar control gets harder, insulin becomes less effective, and your energy tanks. But that's not all. Selenium is also critical for thyroid function, which controls your metabolism, mood, and how efficiently your body burns through glucose. When your thyroid is out of sync, your blood sugar usually follows. And Brazil nuts? They're the richest natural source of selenium on the planet. Just 1 Brazil nut a day can give you more than 100% of what your body needs. It's not about eating a handful. In fact, too much selenium can backfire. This is about precision, a small intentional act of balance. And the payoff? Better glucose control, better energy, and a body that feels more in rhythm. So tomorrow morning, instead of popping a pill, consider adding a single Brazil nut to your day. Because sometimes the most powerful reset doesn't come from doing more. It comes from giving your body exactly what it's missing. Most people overlook hazelnuts. They're not flashy. They're not in trendy protein bars. They're not getting shout-outs on TikTok. But what if this quiet, round little nut was doing more for your insulin than half the supplements in your cabinet? Hazelnuts are packed with oleic acid, a healthy fat that improves how your cells respond to insulin. That means your body gets better at pulling sugar out of your blood and keeping it stable. They also deliver fiber and magnesium, two nutrients your body uses to reduce glucose spikes, improve digestion, and make you feel full longer. One study in clinical nutrition found that when people added hazelnuts to a high-carb meal, not only did their blood sugar spike less, they stayed full longer. That's real power. And they do more than regulate sugar. Hazelnuts support your heart too, with folate and vitamin E, two nutrients that help protect your blood vessels and reduce inflammation. So, what do you do with them? Snack on 10 to 12 hazelnuts in the afternoon. Blend a handful into your morning smoothie for a creamy twist. Or toss some on your yogurt or oatmeal. Hazelnuts don't make a scene, they just do the job. They help you stabilize without stress, fuel without spikes, and snack without second-guessing. Macadamias don't just taste luxurious, they are luxurious. These soft, buttery nuts feel like dessert, but they work like a blood sugar ninja behind the scenes. Macadamias are packed with monounsaturated fats, the same kind found in olive oil. These fats help improve insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, and support heart health, all without spiking your blood sugar. They're also very low in carbs, which means they give you long-lasting energy without the crash. But here's the part that really matters. Macadamias help you feel full, and not just physically, but emotionally too. They're rich, satisfying, calming, the kind of snack that stops a craving in its tracks. And when you're living with diabetes, that feeling of control around food, it's priceless. Even though there aren't as many big studies on macadamias as other nuts, their nutrient profile tells the story. Healthy fats, fiber, antioxidants, everything your body wants to stay balanced. How to use them? Just 5 to 6 macadamias a day. Toss them into a salad. Add them to a small snack bowl. Or enjoy them mindfully one by one. Because managing diabetes isn't just about eating less, it's about eating smarter. And macadamias are one of the smartest luxury moves you can make. Peanuts are everywhere. In lunchboxes, vending machines, kitchen cabinets. They're familiar, unassuming, ordinary, but don't let that fool you. Peanuts are one of the most accessible, affordable, and underrated tools in your blood sugar toolbox. They're rich in niacin, folate, magnesium, and heart-healthy fats, nutrients that work together to balance your blood sugar, improve insulin response, lower inflammation, and keep you feeling full long after you've eaten. One study published in Nutrition and Metabolism found that people with type 2 diabetes who regularly ate peanuts had significantly better blood sugar control. Here's what makes peanuts special. They're not just powerful, they're practical. You don't need to hunt them down in specialty shops. You don't need to spend a fortune. You just need to choose the right kind. Dry roasted or boiled, unsalted. Add a small handful to a snack plate with veggies. Stir them into oatmeal. Keep a portioned container handy for afternoon cravings. Because when managing your blood sugar feels overwhelming, peanuts offer stability that's simple. They're not exotic, they're not flashy, but they show up consistently, reliably, and powerfully. And that's exactly what your body needs. So, let's bring it all together. 9 nuts, 9 daily tools for blood sugar control, insulin support, and real energy. Without spikes, crashes, or gimmicks. You don't have to overhaul your diet overnight. Just pick 1 or 2 of these nuts and start adding them to your routine. Whether it's almonds before breakfast, pecans in your oatmeal, or Brazil nuts for that selenium boost. Every small shift adds up. This is how you build momentum, one choice at a time, one handful at a time. And the best part? You're not restricting. You're empowering. You're using real food to give your body what it's been asking for all along. Because when you choose foods that support you, emotionally, chemically, and nutritionally, you don't just manage diabetes, you take back control. Want more habits that lower your blood sugar naturally? Keep watching for more practical tips.